Yeah, let's go. Yeah, check this out. Stay Motivated Podcast, Season 2, Episode 11, featuring my man Stan, a sportsman. I'm telling y'all it's going down. This episode on fire. We talking Bron, the Lakers, top 5 NBA legends, NFL and more. Hey man, y'all stay tuned. Please share and subscribe. And it's on. Yeah. Check this out, y'all. Stay Motivated Podcast, Season 2, Episode 11, featuring the OG, the homie, Mr. Wisdom himself,
Oh, my goodness.
Mr. Stan, the sportsman. It's your host, Terry, a.k.a. Tobin Frost, a.k.a. Young Denzel Washington, a.k.a.
All that.
Mr. Pop That Champagne for my pain, all right? So y'all check this out. I got my man Stan in here. Yo, Stan.
What's up, baby?
Yo, tell them where to find you at on social media, who you are, and then we're going to get to rocking.
My man, well, appreciate you having me first and foremost. We've been wanting to do this for a while.
Yes, sir.
I believe we'll give the people something that they hadn't heard before.
Uh-oh.
Stay in Norfleet, man. Originally ATL Southwest. What's happening? Charlotte has been home for a while. Formerly of the ACC Network and on radio, 92.9 The Game down in ATL.
Hey.
Yeah, man. So appreciate you having me, though, man. And on all your social media platforms, at Stan Sportsman. Real simple.
Yes, sir. So y'all heard what he said. Y'all know where to find him.
Yeah, man.
So we're going to start with LeBron and my Lakers, man.
Okay. All right.
So what you think him coming to the West was a good move? You think it was a good NBA move or a good business move on his behalf?
Well, let me say this. I know your audience is hearing me for the first time. I've been fortunate to work for, in a front office capacity on the business side, in two NBA franchises, the Charlotte Hornets and the Houston Rockets.
Whew.
So I know a little bit about the NBA as well. So I look at it from maybe a different vantage point than some people.
Right.
To answer your question, from day one, just looking at what the Lakers roster was when LeBron said yes and looking at the cap space, I knew this was about LeBron going into mogul phase. The same thing Shaq did.
Yeah.
Same thing Wilt did. Like, it was about leveraging the lifestyle of Los Angeles and what the Lakers brand is and making business moves, making boss moves.
He doing it too.
And you see what he's doing.
Right.
And I heard Colin Cowherd say this, and I got to give him credit for it earlier. LeBron fell for L.A. this year. It got him. I've lived in a lot of metropolitan cities. I've lived in D.C., Atlanta, Houston, Dallas, of course, Charlotte. But especially those other cities, like when you live in those major markets and you get there, like,
It's a whole different vibe.
it's a different vibe, bro.
He got the palm trees behind him too.
Hey, man, like, so I peeped this. Do you know Kobe never lived in L.A. County? He always lived in Orange County. Kobe kept himself isolated from the turn-up. Kobe didn't want...
He had to at some point also.
Yeah, at some point, yeah.
He ain't had no choice.
Kobe, he didn't want to be lit. I'll tell you a Kobe story. Remind me about Kobe's story. We went to Dallas. I'll tell you a story. Kobe isolated himself. Shaq wanted to be all in it. So LeBron, my point is, some of what we're seeing is LeBron being in La full-time in that purple and gold.
Yes, sir.
And it's a different animal. I always felt it was more business ventures than on-floor performance just because I saw that roster. And it's going to be difficult for them to accumulate enough talent to go up against that machine. I call them the Golden State Avengers.
That's exactly what they are. And they'll have some off nights sometimes.
They get bored.
Yeah, but, playoff kick in. They're going to start moving the ball, playing defense. They hold the chip up again. Hopefully Steph get the MVP this time. They
got more. They just got more than you got.
Right.
Right?
And then you got three guys that any given moment will drop 25 in a quarter.
30 plus.
Yes.
KD, Clay, and Steph at any given point.
You don't know when it's gonna happen.
Can go 30 piece.
And then that changed the whole series, the whole complexion of it. So
all it takes is one game. But how you feel about LeBron, his motives going to LA?
I feel like I knew we weren't gonna win this year.
Okay.
But I was happy because I'm like, after Kobe, you know what I mean, being a Kobe support for so long, I'm like, we need something. You know what I mean? And then, you know, when he came, I'm like, all right, we got some life back. Disappointed we ain't making the playoffs, but I believe in Magic. I believe Magic can make something happen. I do think the Anthony Davis thing, that did not go the way.
And that's why I find it intriguing when Lakers fans say they believe in Magic. And I'm like, I believe in Magic with the ball in his hands at that point. I believe in Magic when it's time to open this Starbucks or this movie theater.
Right. or a Dodgers game or something like that. But
Magic has not shown that basketball personnel-wise, we call it HCM, Human Capital Management. I have not seen Magic Johnson and some dude named Rob Pelinka that used to be agent extraordinaire.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen them do it yet. Now, phase one was to get LeBron there. They got him there.
Got him there.
Okay. I wouldn't. They had a chance to draft Tatum. They chose the wrong guy. Okay.
Whew.
Happens. You miss. But it ain't like Ingram and Ball. I know those are two, number 2 picks in consecutive drafts. But, okay, you got a young core. It just ain't Jason Tatum.
Yeah. And
okay.
That Ball, that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But I do feel
Phase
like
one, they at least got LeBron.
Right.
All right, then we'll work on everything else. Yes, the AD thing blew up in their face.
Right.
They tried to Debo the Pelicans.
Didn't work.
And the Pelicans was like, oh, look, cuz. Where Juvenile from?
Hey, look. I do feel like the Pelicans owe us something. Even though, I mean, they don't, but ever since they rejected that Chris Paul trade, the NBA
the
rejected
league, yeah.
that
was David.
That still bothers me.
It should.
I feel like Kobe would end up with 6. They would have got Chris Paul, add another piece. That's a whole other topic.
Kobe, Chris Paul, and another Andrew Bynum at his prime, and you got another ring.
He was a monster, too, on the
Andrew
low.
Bynum was getting buckets.
He was a monster on the low.
Chris Paul, Kobe, and a healthy Dwight. And you got another ring.
You know what I'm saying?
So it was there.
Yeah.
Go ahead, because I know I got an idea where you want to go.
Because
I don't want to just hit you with everything.
Nah,
because I know you got your fandom on, and I get it, and you should be in that space.
And I'm in my feelings about what's
I
going
just try
on.
and look at things holistically.
Right.
Not that you can't be objective, but
well, you look
like
at
a sensitive topic.
You look at LA and then you think, Magic still, he got that cachet in LA, but it ain't turning out. I mean, we got LeBron, so we got to see what happens.
The good thing is, Jim Buss ain't there no more. You got the brother out.
He killed Kobe's career.
Got the brother out.
He
so
killed
now it's
Kobe's
at
career.
least,
I don't care what nobody say. He killed Kobe's career.
Now, Jeannie, bless her heart, she should have told her boo. Phil should have been the coach. Then you get Magic to come be pseudo GM.
Right.
Then you could have been had Bron. Like this thing could have been ahead a while ago.
Right.
But here we are. We here now.
Yeah.
You gonna ask me something else about the Lakers?
I was gonna what's your? Okay, so we hear all this Mamba mentality. So, in your opinion, and this is a critical question. This is a critical question because I know I got some family, some cousins, some homies.
Already.
They don't agree with me.
What you got? Where you at with this?
In their prime, clutch time. Who you got? Kobe, LeBron. Because LeBron gonna make the right play, which could win you the game. It'll win you the game a lot. Kobe gonna hit the impossible shot, or he gonna make the impossible play.
It's funny you bring that up. I was just looking at a stat not too long ago. What is this? So this is game tying go ahead field goals.
Here we go. Here we go with the percentages.
We're under 10 seconds left in the possession. In the postseason. So let me get that again. Game time go ahead field goals, under 10 seconds left in a playoff game.
Okay.
Kobe Bryant, 5 for 22. That's 23%.
Gotcha.
Michael Jordan, 47%.
Whew.
LeBron James, 52%.
How many field goal attempts?
So Kobe's total attempts were 22.
22.
Mike's 15. LeBron's 23.
I give you that. I didn't know he shot that many.
I know, and you bring up a great point because there are a ton of people that feel like you do. We have this thought process of certain athletes, Kobe, Michael Jordan. We confuse buzzer beater with clutch. By definition, the NBA views clutch, I think it's under 6 minutes, with the game being 5-point tied or 5-point game. LeBron has more of those wins than Kobe and Mike Jordan.
And MJ, yeah.
So, okay, then what's the next logical argument? Well, if you good like that,
right,
then the game shouldn't be in a clutch situation.
Right.
So people change the conversation based on what's in their mind. We are a highlight generation. There are more highlights of Kobe shooting the ball and it's going through the net. LeBron doesn't have as many of those that come to mind. But that doesn't give us necessarily what the analytics say.
And you make a good point about the highlights. Because I always say, the Kobe LeBron debate. I'm like, what the eye test show? I'm like, Kobe can the fadeaway, the footwork, the pulling up from 30,
right.
You know what I'm saying? And then, my cousin, he put it in context for him. He's like, but LeBron gonna make the right play every time. He gonna put his team in the best position at the end of the game. And then, you get caught up in, well, I seen Kobe hit a fadeaway 3.4 seconds left, give Portland to give number 1 seed, stuff like that. So I think we do get caught up in flashiness instead of quality. What's the old saying, especially when it comes to a female, quality over quantity?
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So
and this thing, this Kobe LeBron debate to me is not really a debate. I think that Kobe Bryant was obviously a fantastic player, one of the best I've ever seen. He's not on my Mount Rushmore. It's no Kobe hate. I appreciate what Kobe did to the game. Kobe is the closest thing we've seen to Michael Jordan, but that's just the thing. Kobe's not even the best player at his position all time.
True.
LeBron,
because of MJ.
Right. LeBron is the best small forward the game has ever seen.
True.
Hands down, not even debatable. We can go to another conversation. And then obviously that leads to and before I get there, before we get to the LeBron MJ, the conversation is, and I phrased it, rings versus reason. To me, the person that just says rings, that's low-hanging fruit. Like, I believe in context.
Right.
Okay? What were the rules? You got to remember, Michael Jordan's first, I just looked this up before I came over here. The first year of the NBA salary cap was 1989. Jordan played 5 seasons where a team was assembled that he didn't have to worry about losing anybody to free agency. Salary cap didn't exist.
Right.
Free agency didn't exist. Scottie, Will Perdue, Horace Grant, Michael Jordan, and B.J. Armstrong was drafted in 89, the year that free agency began in the league. They were all assembled before the Bulls won their title in 91.
Right.
Kobe and LeBron dealt with free agency day one. Mike didn't have to deal with the pressure of social media. We know that what happens to you off the floor.
Mike was a wild boy.
Mike definitely was a wild boy. The stories that I hear from the old cats, from the old school, Mike was a wild dude.
Right.
He didn't have to worry about that. People had to wait for the newspaper to come out the next morning.
To see what happened.
Do you know how much political stuff was going on? Police departments, private investigators, attorneys, crisis management teams. What's my girl, Olivia Pope?
Right.
You had all type of people that were interceding, preventing from stuff coming out.
Right.
LeBron and Kobe, they dealing with a whole, and more so LeBron.
Yeah, because Kobe, he wasn't there.
He wasn't there yet.
As far as like the social media area.
Correct. Last thing on that part. LeBron is the first player the NBA has ever graded, evaluated, play by play. We used to be game by game. Jordan, Magic, Bird, Shaq had a good game.
Right.
Then it became, quarter to quarter. LeBron, we got these phones up in the arena. Oh, that trip down the floor didn't look like he played defense. He don't want to be here lazy. play-by-play
Right.
critiqued. I look at it in context, man. So again, we can talk on that right there.
Yeah.
All night. For me,
True.
LeBron is a better player than Kobe, and let me define what better means to me. Better means when you add up in baseball, they say what? Are you a 5-tool player?
Right.
Can you catch? How are you on the base pads? Hit for power?
RBI, slugging percentage.
In the field,
Right.
all that.
Gold glove, all that. Yeah.
LeBron as a skill set, bigger, faster, stronger. He does more things with a basketball better than anybody we've ever seen.
Right.
Rebound, assist, power, back to the basket, face up from three. You know, LeBron James has a better career three-point percentage than Michael Jordan coming into this season. He shoots the three percentage-wise better than Michael.
I got an argument about that, though.
Okay, I'm listening.
My only argument, and his might be higher than Kobe's, too.
I haven't looked against Kobe.
But you do got to take into consideration how many times he's been left open.
Mike or LeBron?
LeBron. You got to take into consideration how he's over the years.
See, I look at that.
We gon' give LeBron 5 steps because we don't want him to go in the lane and overpower us.
Okay, look, I can.
It's not his fault that he's bigger and stronger.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying?
We don't want him to drive. We're gonna make him shoot.
Yeah.
But there was a time that Jordan couldn't shoot threes.
True. And they didn't shoot that many in that era.
And in that era, they didn't shoot as many because it was a big man's game when Mike came into the league.
Right.
Mike made it what it is today, a guard wing focus.
Oh yeah.
And then Shaq and Robinson and Tim Duncan
Hakeem and them.
Hakeem, when they started making their way out the league, Pat Ewing, it became about the guards.
Guard play.
Right? But also look at this, and again, this is the whole LeBron, Michael Jordan. How easy would it be? How much easier would it have been? Michael Jordan didn't do anything. I'm talking about nothing until Scottie Pippen showed up.
True.
Can you imagine?
Facts.
Can you imagine if Dwayne Wade and LeBron had been tied to the hip for 15 or 13 seasons? Can you imagine what that would look like?
That would have been a problem. That would have been a problem.
And people always say, well, LeBron did have D-Wade, and they ain't win but 2 of the 4. Go look at the minutes D-Wade was on the floor in the playoffs, and then go compare that to the minutes that Scottie Pippen was on the floor in the playoffs. It's totally
and then you got to think about, you do got a point there, because Scottie did guard he guarded the Magics.
You bring up another point.
Yeah.
Pippen almost always guarded whoever the opponent's best player was. What did that allow Mike to do? Play off the ball. Speaking of highlights, how many times did we see Jordan, man-to-man, boom, come, help side, rip the ball away because Scottie was guarding the dude? That's why Jordan has more steals than LeBron. Jordan beats LeBron in 3 categories: free throw percentage, steals, and points per game. Mm-hmm. Those are the only 3 categories that Jordan has the advantage. Advanced stats tell us Michael Jordan has PER. He has the advantage. Player efficiency rating.
Right.
But win shares, offensive and defensive efficiency, LeBron has those advanced metrics. So the only real conversation when you get into the LeBron, Kobe, LeBron, Michael, the only real conversation is rings. LeBron James, we know, 8 straight finals. That's stupid.
It is.
That's stupid.
Competition does have something to do with it.
Okay.
I know you was waiting for me to come with that.
I'm listening. I've heard them all now.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
Competition got something to do with it, but it's still an accomplishment, though.
It is. My question is this. Do you know Michael Jordan lost in the first round of the playoffs 3 times?
Yeah, he did.
We never talk about that, though. Because you know what we remember? Sometimes I believe that he is me. Right?
Be like Mike.
We remember Be Like Mike. We put this invisible marketing bubble, this force field, around Michael Jordan, and we protect it. I've heard it, 6 for 6, never played in a game 7. I get all of that. Michael Jordan never faced a team that had 3 All-Stars on it and won. Let alone, Golden State.
But he lost. Yeah.
He ain't never faced nothing like Golden State, ever. Michael Jordan would lose to this Golden State Warrior team. Now flip the script. Put LeBron James with Phil Jackson, Shaquille O'Neal, or Pau Gasol, or Dwayne Wade in his prime for all those years, and let's see what happens. Scottie Pippen, let's see what happens. Put Mike on those first 7 Cleveland Cavaliers teams that LeBron had, or the Matthew Dellavedova playoff team. Mike doesn't get a ring in Cleveland with that same roster. We know LeBron gets rings. Put him in Chicago or put him in LA with Kobe's roster. And I'll shut up with that because I know we've been on it. You want to move.
Yeah, it's cool. I do. I've had this argument before. And so let me ask you this question.
Okay.
If you put LeBron in Kobe's spot with Kobe and Shaq, you go LeBron and Shaq in their prime.
If I put LeBron on that Lakers team, take Kobe off, they win the same ring. It's the same rings.
So
Phil on the sideline?
Yeah.
Because, see, that's another thing I look at. Look at the dudes that LeBron is winning with. David Blatt from Europe. Mike Brown. Tyronn Lue, first-year head coach. Eric Spoelstra, first-year head coach.
Mike Brown wasn't too bad, but
Mike Brown.
he's a defensive coach.
Stop it. They out there with Phil Jackson.
Right.
Kobe ain't win no ring without Phil.
I will say,
Mike ain't win no ring without Phil.
My question is, who would have been the alpha on that team?
Between LeBron and Shaq, LeBron at that time with those rules, the era of the big man was still
Shaq in his prime.
Shaq would have been, and LeBron would have been okay. It would have been just like Magic Johnson and Kareem. I'm going to defer to the big man.
Right.
And when Shaq got doubled down on, he'd have kicked it out to Bron, and Bron would have either learned to develop that pull-up game earlier, or he would have drove. They would have reversed the ball, and one of the other guards would have shot it.
So now that you helping me out, because my thing was always LeBron early on. He needed that paint. So what you gonna do? Clear out and let Shaq watch?
Screen and roll.
You know what I'm saying? Or you gonna put Shaq in the post, let him feed?
You put Shaq in the post, and it's like, so people say to me this all the time. Well, it was a man's game when Mike and them played. LeBron is 6'9", as much as I've seen LeBron get up to 280, 285 pounds. When LeBron was in the Olympics one time, he was almost 300. He's in 290s. Now, he won't let that come out. But I'm telling you, people that were there in the gym, he was almost 300 pounds.
That's Julius Pepper size.
LeBron and Julius Peppers are essentially the same size.
Neck and neck, yeah. Because Pepper's like 6'7", 6'8", 285.
Peppers about 6'7", played against him. He about 6'7"-ish. But he's packing 290, 280 in some years. As you get older, he leaned out. But anyway.
Right.
So I think it's the LeBron thing, man. If you're asking me, anytime you say Michael Jordan, from an on-court performance perspective, you got to say LeBron James. They in two different eras. The rules are different. Free agency, non-free agency, a more physical game. It's just social media, the off-the-floor stuff.
Right.
When you add it all up, they neck and neck, man. But I get it. The low-hanging fruit are the rings.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's always going to be the, you know what I'm saying?
But if that's the case, and I need to say this too, the best that ever did it to me, all things considered, is Kareem. I don't put MJ1.
I was about to get there. I was about to get there.
Kareem numbers, production, college and pro, stupid.
I've had that argument plenty of times. The best basketball player ever. I feel like it's Kareem.
He dominated for 2 decades.
Didn't they have to take Duncan out of college because of Kareem?
They literally changed the rules.
Yeah. And then he got 6 like MJ.
And so somebody brought this up. Man, how you feel about this? I was arguing with a guy, played at Duke, former McDonald's All-American. I was arguing with this dude during All-Star Week. When he says LeBron can't be considered elite, all-time elite, because all the other all-time elites have 4 rings.
Nah.
And I'm like, when did 4 rings become the cutoff point? I'm like, wait, did I miss something?
Nah,
I've been watching the NBA 30 years. Like, did I miss something?
See, I got in my this is just my top 5.
Okay.
And of course I'm a little bit biased. I'm a Laker fan.
At least you can admit it, and I can appreciate that, and we can roll.
My top 5, I got Jordan,
okay,
Kareem,
okay,
Kobe, Bron, Magic.
Okay.
That's just my top 5.
I'm with you. I'm gonna do one substitution. We're doing top 5. At the point, I got Magic.
Right.
At the 2, gotta go Jordan. That's easy. 3,
Bron.
clearly, Bron. 5, obviously, Kareem. At 4 spot, I'm taking out your Kobe, and I'm putting the best power forward the game has ever seen, Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan.
That's my 5.
I feel you.
I think
which he don't get the credit that he deserves.
He does. All due respect to Barkley and Malone. Karl Malone. That Tim Duncan was something different.
Yeah. I've had arguments about Duncan and KG. Love KG. KG put the ball on the floor.
KG,
you know what I'm saying?
you know what I'm saying?
Had the
dog mentality,
you know
mamba mentality.
Had the sauce to go with it.
Yeah.
KG could not do nothing with Duncan. Not on that block.
Duncan.
He not on the block. I know for man. I
Duncan
watched
was a
it.
different dude. Fundamentally sound, and he was. To me, he was what a power forward should be. Defensively, offensively, he could pass the basketball, could step out, face up, back to the basket, free throw. Like, I consider your power forward must be a little bit of everything. Could handle decently. That's what you got to be. And KG could do all of those things, just not quite to the level.
Duncan, get on that block, hit that glass. I could not. Man, that thing's to piss me off.
The amount of touch to consistently go to the glass. But Duncan doesn't get celebrated because he won. It just wasn't sexy.
Right.
He wasn't loud.
And then
he wasn't controversial.
Later in his career, he was a little bit more. He was more unselfish. Mm-hmm. So the numbers ain't. You know what I'm saying? 25 points per game. You ain't gonna see that. But you saw what he did though.
Yeah, I always look at the context of what. Bro, do you know LeBron James played with an all-star on his team twice in his career before he got to Kyrie, before Cleveland that second go-round? Oh, let me say that.
I'm going to say...
the Cleveland the first round is what I'm trying to say. So those first 7 years in Cleveland, he played with an all-star twice.
Well, Mo Williams?
1 year, and Big Z.
They gave it. Mo Williams got in there.
Mo Williams got in there the year before LeBron left, and Big Z got in there the second year of LeBron.
Ilgauskas.
How many years did Michael Jordan play with an all-star? His name was Scottie Pippen.
Scotty.
Every year.
BJ.
BJ made it 1 year,
and then he won 3-point contest.
BJ made it 1 year, and I think, don't hold me to this, I think Horace Grant got it 1 year. Maybe. Don't hold me to that one.
Horace Grant was a beast on the low.
Horace Grant was nice.
He was a monster. Remind me of Otis Thorpe a little bit. He was a little better than Otis.
Remember the Davis brothers in Indianapolis?
Man, them boys was rough.
Davis and Davis got it in.
Yeah.
Dale Davis and Antonio Davis.
Didn't they get into it with the Knicks?
Yep, they hated the Knicks. Hated the Knicks. Oakley, Mason, Ewing.
Them boys.
That was
them
boy,
boys
the
rough.
NBA. So let me ask you this, because it got me thinking about the NBA back then. Do you think the game was better back then? Was it more difficult to rise to the top back then or now? Because that's going to impact how you view LeBron.
I would say back then was absolutely more difficult. And
Why?
the reason I say I look at the level of competition. And when I say level of competition, I mean like I'm going to just refer back to the games I used to watch. Mm-hmm. Bulls versus Indiana. You know, even the Bulls versus the Knicks. Mm-hmm. And just the atmosphere. Man, it used to be so rough, so intense.
Okay.
And not to discredit the era now, but the rules then kind of took that intensity away. Just a little bit.
And
you know what I'm saying?
I would add to that, the game has evolved, right? So the rules mean you can't be as physical as you could be then.
Right.
And right, with technology, the in-arena experience, the hype, people are busy. People attention span is not what it used to be.
Yeah, we texting and stuff now.
People,
you know what I'm saying?
Enthusiasm about the game in terms of, now the game is making more money now than it did then. Right. There are more viewers now than it was then. But it doesn't have the same cachet because we've kind of seen that. The game has evolved. It's a global game now.
Global game now.
Right?
They love to use the word global.
Skill. And with free agency, cats started moving around.
Right.
See, what Jordan and those guys did, and really more so Jordan than anything else, You could throw the Spurs in there. With this smartphone and access to the world, winning became all that mattered. See, in the old school, how you won was just as important as winning.
Right. That's why KD and them get such a, you know what I'm saying?
What KD did, don't get me started on that. Stephen A. Smith was spot on. That was, and I was just with him, Stephen A. during All-Star for a day. That was the biggest pump move.
Weakest.
It was the weakest move by what did he say? A superstar in NBA history.
Yeah.
You were up.
I think he went even further as superstar of sports history. I don't even.
It might be, bruh. You can't do that.
I don't know. You did have some you did have some New York Yankees.
You can't do that.
Well, you didn't have no.
You were up 3-1, Kevin Durant. Up 3-1 on a team that won 73 games. You didn't play well down the stretch.
Nah, not the last.
In Game 6, the last 4 minutes in the fourth quarter, I'm going off the top of my head.
Right. Struggle.
If you're that guy, see, that's my problem with the Golden State Warriors. I'm about to get on a tangent.
Get on them.
And this is why I respect the production. Winning is winning. I respect that.
Right.
I respect the skill at what it takes to win. But when you form the Avengers to beat Thanos, you gotta go do all of that because LeBron is over here with Kyrie, who stay hurt, Kevin Love, who stay hurt,
all the time,
Matthew Dellavedova. Y'all gotta go do that.
Got to. That
lets me know. That means that dude right there, that's the best. And that's why he's the best.
The thing that's scary about Bron is when you playing, like you don't see the flashiness as much like a Kobe or MJ, but Bron will do something at the key moments that you be like, man, God, man, like with the block. I was like, Iggy about to lay this thing up. Golden State gonna go on a little 5-0 run. They gonna win the championship. And Bron done this more than one time. This dude ran from half court, like he's at the 50-yard line, and ran to the end zone.
Listen, man.
And I'm like, man, this is
what he does. I'll give you another one. Remember that playoff series? I believe he was in Miami. Derrick Rose wins the MVP of the league. Playoff series. I don't think it was the Eastern Conference Finals, but it may have been.
It was.
Or maybe the second round.
It was the second round because I remember Chicago won the first game.
LeBron James, in crunch time, told D-Wade, I got him. LeBron is 6'9", went and guarded a point guard.
6'4", 6'3".
6'3" max.
Probably the fastest at that time.
His agility.
D-Rose was nasty.
He was MVP of the league.
He was nasty at that time.
Handcuffs on him.
He had to shoot them step-back jump shots.
He put handcuffs on D-Rose. And I remember at the time saying to myself, MJ's a bad boy. I never seen him do that. I never seen him do that right there. So my issue with Golden State is, and why I give LeBron so much credit for being on the same level with Jordan. I never seen Jordan do it by himself. I've seen LeBron with lesser teams. I was talking to Howie Long years ago. I said, Howie Long, who's the best you ever seen? He said, offense or defense? I said, well, let's go with defense first. I'm a former linebacker. Howie, a former defensive end, Hall of Famer. He said, Ray Lewis, best I've ever seen. I know you get a kick out of that.
Yes, sir. I think I'd drink to that.
He said, Ray Lewis would have been dominant in any era of football. Regardless of the rules, regardless of how many people, Ray Lewis, different dude.
Right.
I said, okay, offensively. He said, Dan Marino. And I was like, what? Not that Dan wasn't a baller.
Right.
He said, Stan, Dan Marino went to Super Bowl with no offensive Pro Bowler or All-Pro at a skill position.
Did he ever have a running back?
Nope.
His whole career?
He never had a Pro Bowler at a skill position. Like, so again, when you ask me about KD, and when you ask me about, Westbrook or James Harden, even Kobe. Pau Gasol's borderline Hall of Famer. He's probably going to get in.
He probably will.
Those guys, Jordan, Tim Duncan, Magic, Isaiah, Bird, all of those players, they played with better rosters and coaches than LeBron had.
That's true.
For longer than LeBron had Bosh and Wade.
Right.
So I'm just
That's
we got to bring that into the equation. And so some people say, oh, well, he went to Miami to form his super team. Okay, if we put more emphasis on win by all costs, and if the GM ain't going to do it for me, I'm going to have to go do it myself. I wasn't mad at LeBron for forming the big three.
You know what?
Boston had already done it.
You know, boy, you took the words right out my mouth.
We've seen that before.
And I know my boy Mike watching. I told my boy Mike, he was like, man, LeBron always want to get all the players. I'm like, Boston started it on the low. I mean, yeah, they
LA.
They traded for KG.
Oh, you're saying the big three? Yes.
Yeah, but and then Ray Allen came over. Go. So I'm like, hey, y'all, Boston started it. He's a Celtic fan.
Yeah, we've seen that before.
Boston started it. You know.
But we've never seen what KD did.
Nah, never that.
We've never seen a dude in his prime be up 3-1, not play well down the stretch, and then you go join the team that already had a title before you got here and just won 73 games, and you gonna go join them, and now you hooping and hollering and flexing on the court like you a bad dude. Can you imagine if the Warriors had LeBron instead of KD? How many more rings would LeBron have if he played with that?
Right. And I will say,
be crazy.
I will make this point though.
Go ahead.
KD, the Warriors needed KD because if Cleveland would have went back, well they did go back. If Golden State went back,
KD,
they would have got beat 2 years in a row.
See, here's what happened.
I know that for a fact.
In the NBA, well, NBA fans, we like to say it was the Draymond suspension. We forget Bogut got hurt.
I brought that up too. Bogut and Draymond.
But Bogut and Iguodala was hurt too.
And then it was Bogut, Iggy, and then Draymond got suspended.
But then I had to remind folks, he did play in Game 7, didn't he?
Yeah. Game 7 was a toss-up game.
Game 7.
The momentum was gone though.
The momentum was gone. But what I'm saying is there are other factors that went. But to your point, coming out of that, Golden State realized, damn, even with this, we need another piece because he's that good.
Yeah, and
they're that good.
Right.
Kyrie hit the shot, cool. Pippen and bailed out Jordan a lot of nights. We don't talk about that.
They're gonna talk about that.
We don't talk about Tyronn Lue hitting shots. We don't talk about the days that Kobe was exhausted and Derek Fisher had to bring the ball up.
Fish.
We don't talk about
Fish had a bunch of clutch.
We don't talk about George Lynch having to go guard folks.
Right. My boy George.
We don't talk about Ron Artest.
And he won Game 7.
Ron Artest was amazing, bro. So we get caught up in these moments.
Kobe did have 14 rebounds, but 16 rebounds, that's a whole different.
Kobe's he's an animal.
I had to throw that in there.
He's an animal. Go ahead, I'm listening.
I just had to throw that in there.
I'm listening.
But yeah, that's facts though. That's facts. I did feel like Golden State had to go get him though because they ain't have an answer.
It was icing on the cake.
And
they didn't need to.
If Harrison Barnes hit 3 shots, they win.
Listen,
He couldn't hit
it happens.
Harrison hit a shot.
And since we're here, just curious, do the Rockets beat Golden State in Oracle if Chris Paul's hamstring Game 7 last year? Or what was that, 2 years ago?
It was last year.
Last year? They got lumped together.
Nah, they wasn't going to beat them.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, it was.
Nobody's beating this Golden State team in the series. Not the KD Golden. You got 4. Then they added Boogie.
Right. And it was crazy, the analytics. Oh, when Boogie's on the court, they don't score as much. I'm like, stop it. These guys is just, stop it.
What they're doing, bro. And I've said it, and I get criticized for it as a hater. I respect that the fact you still got to make the ball go in. But man, I got an asterisk by what they doing. Like you
got 3 good.
Like,
well, really,
you got 4 all-stars on the floor.
Now you got 4 guys that can go.
Well, really,
you
got 5 if you're just saying Boogie has been an all-star.
Right.
But good Lord, but.
You got 4 guys. Well, if you add Boogie, you Boogie in his prime, you got 4 guys that can get you 25, 30 in a quarter.
Let that sink in. We got 4 dudes that can get, because Draymond probably can't give it to him like that.
Yeah,
but we got 4 dudes that can give us 25 and a quarter.
And that's not adding if Iggy on.
Man, look, bro.
You can sit Draymond and play Iggy at the 4 or at the 3. Move KD to the 4.
So before we move off your Lakers, next year, what will this Lakers roster look like next year?
Woo. That's a good question. I don't see Ball or Ingram there. I think we're gonna try to hold on to Kuzma, but
I would fight to hold on to Kuz.
I think Ball and Ingram gone.
For who?
We're gonna try to trade for somebody. I know Kawhi, he's a free agent.
For who?
We're gonna try. Kyrie will be freed up. We gotta see what happens.
So it's Kemba, Jimmy Butler, Kevin Durant if he opts out, which he will. He gets more money by opting out. Kemba, Kyrie, Jimmy Butler, KD. Who am I missing? Anthony Davis is not free.
He's not free until
He's not the next year.
2021.
Who am I missing? Oh, Kawhi, Clay.
Right. Whew. Oh no.
Who's?
Well, really ain't that many people tradable.
That's what I'm saying.
They
Like,
free enough.
who do you want? Who you want? Who can the Lakers add that can beat that Golden State team if KD stays?
Whew. Probably. That's a good. It got to be AD, but we can't. Ain't no guarantee to add him because he on the contract.
Correct.
I would say move if New Orleans can trade AD somewhere, where I don't know, I would give up Ingram and Ball and whatever pick to that team for him. A 3-team deal.
I think.
But I don't know.
Even if they add Anthony Davis, I don't know. LeBron needs shooters.
That's his thing. He needs snipers on that perimeter so he could drive kick or he could post kick.
Correct.
Or he can, you know what I mean?
Now, he's getting older
pick
now.
and roll kick.
I mean, I haven't looked at the numbers hard. I would assume LeBron's three-point attempts per game are up now more than they ever have been before because he knows he doesn't have that same gear to blow by defenders as regularly as he used to. So when I look at the shooters, Kyrie, Clay, KD, Kemba, but Kemba like to get in that paint too. I don't think
Kemba enough.
I don't think Kemba's enough either. To be honest, bro, and I can't believe I'm saying this. If Kyrie doesn't come, I don't think Kawhi Leonard is coming to the Lakers. I don't think Kawhi wants to be a part of that. I think he likes being under the radar.
Yeah.
San Antonio.
He's at the perfect place.
Toronto.
He's actually in the perfect place right now.
I can see him coming to the Clippers because, yeah, he back in Cali, but it's his own thing.
Under the radar.
Right? I can see the Lakers adding Kemba. I can see Kemba wanting to go out there. But is that enough?
I think Clay, you team up Bron, Clay, Kuzma, and you got to add a solid piece.
Get another, I'm making up somebody.
It's still going to be hard,
Maybe you can get Cousins to not get max money, but to get good NBA money.
It's still going to be hard, though.
You can do it because you got to remember they got in Miami. They had all three of them under the max. You can get 3 players under the max.
Right.
Now they got to be somebody got to be take a haircut. Now LeBron, you making the most money off the floor, so it's probably at this point in your career you got to take the cut. Clay hadn't been able to hit, and of course Boogie with the money that he lost being dealt from Sacramento to New Orleans, and then the Achilles in New Orleans. Boogie's gonna want his max money, so. I think you could get Clay, LeBron, and Cuz all in there. You can slide it and make it work. And then you got to give up everybody at that point.
I don't know if that's enough for Golden State. Because you still got KD.
You take Clay.
You still got KD and Steph.
You got KD, you got Steph, you got Draymond.
And then they can find a solid shooter.
They'll find
they get a Corver or Redick or something.
A Rudy Gay type of player.
Right. So, I don't know if that's enough.
I think you take Clay off that team because you forget not you, but people, they forget how valuable Clay is defensively.
Yeah, Clay they best defender. They like to say Draymond because Clay shoots so good, but Clay they best defender.
Clay is probably the number 2 or 3, probably more like 3. You could argue 2 though. Best two-way player in the game. When you talk about
PG,
Paul George as well as Kawhi Leonard.
Right.
Those are the 3 best two-ways.
Right.
And then you throw Greek Freak probably in there the top 5 somewhere.
That boy a monster.
He is.
So man, look, we doing my Lakers, man. It's a long road. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get my boy Snook on here, man. You know Snook here,
No
Lakers
doubt.
fan. I got holla big Snook.
No doubt.
Man, we're transitioning into the NFL real
All
quick,
right.
so it really gets crazy. So my boy Kyler Murray, what you think? Number one worthy? NFL success in your eyes?
A player's the value is what somebody's willing to pay for it. We say it in real estate all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Arizona, you can't get caught up in not wanting to look crazy because you just took Josh Rosen. The $10 million in guarantees you done already gave him, that the bulk of that money is already come and gone. You paid that.
Right.
He's spending that now.
Right.
Good for him.
Living good, huh?
Living really good. Living really good.
Yes, sir.
You got to get it right with this Cliff Kingsbury. Now, because you went and did something that's unconventional now.
That's I ain't against nobody, getting a promotion and getting a job. That's questionable.
I'm upset at them for firing my man Steve Wilkes, a brother, after 1 year, in a year that the GM wasn't even around half the year because he got suspended for some off-the-field stuff.
And then you got a rookie quarterback.
And I got a rookie quarterback with a roster, and let's be clear, that roster is some doo-doo.
Wasn't David Johnson banged
David
up
Johnson
too?
had a wrist injury, so he missed the first, 6 games
Yeah.
maybe?
He might have missed like 10.
He might have missed more than that. He missed hella games, though.
Right.
So my point is, Cliff Kingsbury, the system is perfect. You have the opportunity. You're not salary cap-wise stuck with Rosen. Somebody will get – because you got to remember, they traded to move up to select Rosen. Arizona traded a 3rd and a 5th.
Mm-hmm.
You can get at least the 3rd back for Rosen if you deal him.
I talked to my boy earlier, a Giants fan. Mm-hmm. He said he'd rather go with
Rosen than Haskins.
trade up or, get a linebacker at 6. The boy out of LSU.
Devin White's a monster.
Yeah, get your boy White out of LSU. Trade for Rosen. That way you get your quarterback. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Work something out with Arizona. Mm-hmm. That way it worked for both parties.
I do that, and if you're Arizona, you fall back to the 6th spot, and you can still do it. You can select them and then just flop.
Right.
So we'll take Murray number 1, Arizona. Y'all take Devin White at 6, Giants, and then we'll send you Rosen. You keep Devin White, and you send us our draft pick.
Right.
So we get who we want. You get who you want.
Exactly.
And we ain't got to worry about teams trying to, because nobody's gonna move up higher than 6 to take Devin White.
Exactly.
I like that move. Kyler Murray. I like the kid a lot. I've been to his high school to see him play. No, he was a youngin'. He was about to come in when I was living in Dallas. He's from north of Dallas, a town called Allen. Their high school stadium seats 60,000 people.
Whew.
I'm sorry, I'm lying. I just lied. Y'all forgive me. The high school stadium is worth $60 million.
The high school stadium?
The high school stadium is worth $60 million. That was what it cost to build it.
Sheesh.
Yeah. I think they seat something like 40,000, something like that. But anyway, it just fits. I tweeted out at Stan Sportsman again when Kyler Murray measured, and there's some rumors that maybe he ain't even really 5'10".
Yeah, I heard that.
5'10" and 1/8. So he's essentially the same height, slightly shorter than Russell Wilson. He's tall enough. Don't overthink it. He fits your system. There's a relationship between Cliff Kingsbury, who recruited Kyler Murray to come to Texas Tech when he was coming out of school.
Right.
So essentially, Kyler Murray would have been after Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
Those would have been the back-to-back quarterbacks.
And we know what he doing.
So it's there. Don't overthink it. If you're asking me to bet my mortgage, if Kyler Murray is going to end up being Russell Wilson, I'm going to say no. Or even what Baker Mayfield did last year. I still think Tyrod Taylor should have maintained being a starter, but that's neither here nor there. I think if Tyrod had stayed in the saddle, the Browns would have likely made the playoffs based on how everything else played out.
Right.
Now, it is what it is, hindsight.
That's what I want for my backup. I want Tyrod back.
It could work. He's been there. He knows it, comfortable with it. Makes sense.
Yeah, I want Tyrod back.
It makes sense to me. So I think who Kyler Murray will be as a pro, bro, I don't know. Let me see what do they put around him?
That's the thing. They
got weapons?
They got O-line problems already.
They got O-line problems. Their defense is in flux. They're about to go back to a 3-4. They were 4-3. It's a lot of moving parts with them.
Right.
Would I do it if I was them, number 1 overall? I probably wouldn't, but do I think they should and will? I do. I think Kyler Murray's going to be the number 1 overall pick. And he said, we know he didn't throw or run at the combine. They say he's going to do everything at the pro day next week.
March 13th.
Say he's going to do everything. So
eyes going to be on him. They already trying to attack the character. Oh, he ain't a leader.
I was talking with some NFL cats about that today. I can't. But they say, and Charlie Casserly was the GM in Houston when I was there. Mm-hmm. They say Charlie Casserly has a history of he crushed Cam, he crushed Lamar, he crushed RG3.
Right.
He has a history, apparently, of the brothers just have to be so, like...
drop back, conventional.
And they got to be so squeaky clean, meaning they got to fit that traditional profile.
Right.
And he ain't...
Exactly.
I'm just like, all right, bro. He didn't have a first-round grade on Russell Wilson.
And it's funny because Seattle had just signed... what was the dude named Flynn? Yeah, Flynn.
They
just
Matt
signed
Flynn $15 million guaranteed. And before the preseason was out,
Russell was
let me get that. And kudos to Pete Carroll for not fighting it.
Right.
A lot of people, would have fought it.
Nah, he getting the money up front.
Like, let me get that. What do you think? Who do you think when we look back on Kyler Murray? Because I want to get you something on Zion too.
Ooh, okay.
Because that's the part we left out of your Lakers convo.
Gotcha.
But we'll get to the college basketball. But who do you think Kyler Murray is when we look up at his NFL career? Who would say his career, not necessarily his game, but his career, I can see it kind of being something like this.
That's it. I will say probably my boy L. McNair. If I say Steve McNair.
Played in the Super Bowl.
I think he'll be solid. He'll make plays. You know what I mean? He'll take a team deep. You know what I'm saying? A couple years.
Made playoff runs, multiple playoff runs.
Yeah, so I think he'll be that kind of player. I think he'll take a couple teams deep. Maybe like a Donovan McNabb. I'm not saying that McNabb was
a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he was an accomplished quarterback.
NFC Championship,
you know
4 years.
A little consistent. I won't put him on. You know what I mean? I won't put him on Russell's level.
Yeah, Russell's a Hall of Famer. Like, that's different.
Oh my God.
Russell's a Hall of Famer right now.
Yeah.
If he stops right now,
he's also. I wouldn't put him on that level, but it depends on what they put around him. You know what I mean? You never know. So, but just as a pure quarterback, I'll probably go like McNair.
I like where you're going.
You know
I see where you're going there.
Yeah,
I see where you're going there.
Just 'cause, I mean, the height not a concern, but there will be times where the ball get batted for an interception.
It's gonna get batted by everybody. It just happens, right? Like, you see these defensive monsters coming out the draft.
I mean, you see, like I seen Flacco ball get batted plenty of times. So and he's 6'5", 6'6". So
it happens, bro. Now, the metrics that came out from the league at the end of this season, there were more batted passes by quarterbacks 6'3" and over than 6'3" and under. Percentage-wise,
right.
It was more batted passes by taller QBs.
You see how you be having them cold hard facts?
I'm weird. I'm a nerd. I like my eyeballs, right? Yeah, my eyeballs got to tell me what it is. And the reason is mobile pockets, passing windows. I heard Charlie Ward. You remember Charlie Ward from his days? Dual threat quarterback in his own right. Chose to play pro basketball over pro football.
Probably
Heisman Trophy winner.
Would have been a hell of a quarterback too.
My goodness. Said he didn't have a first-round grade. Said that's the only reason he didn't do it. Said nobody in the league had him with a first-round grade. So he was like...
And he was somewhat conventional. He wasn't...
Yeah, he wasn't complete... He wasn't Lamar.
Right.
Now, Lamar gets a bad rap, I think, and I said to people, I was like, do y'all understand Lamar's numbers were better than Deshaun Watson's in the same conference the next year. Like, I don't, with lesser talent around. Same thing I keep coming back to.
And then the yards he threw for.
I'm just saying, like, he was a better thrower and runner of the football than Lamar was. Than Deshaun was. So that's my take on it. I think if Kyler Murray doesn't go to Arizona at 1, John Gruden crazy enough to do it.
He will do it. And somebody
crazy enough at 4. The Dolphins, I don't see them doing it. I don't see the Redskins doing it. Jacksonville is
they just got Nick.
The dark horse, but they gonna get Nick Foles,
yeah,
and I don't see that. And the Redskins just got Case Keenum. They brought over Case Keenum. To me, it's kind of like, now, if he starts to fall, you'll love this. If Kyler Murray is there in the 20s, watch New England go to work.
Oh, my God.
Watch what I tell you.
And they already trying to go get it. I saw something earlier. They finalizing the deal with Michael Bennett. They trying to shore up the defense.
Yeah.
They trying to shore up the defense.
No doubt.
You know, so
it's this draft right here, man, is these quarterbacks, you just don't know. I'm not completely sold on Haskins. I just trust him a little bit more than I trust Kyler.
Me too.
But I wouldn't want to be a GM. Your franchise need a quarterback this year. If it were me, I would be calling, yo, Gruden, what you want for Derek Carr? That's why I wasn't mad at Elway going to get Flacco. Elway looked at this thing like, hell no.
And before Derek Carr got hurt, he was legit.
Yeah, he was been to 2 Pro Bowls.
Yeah, he was legit.
Or whatever that is. I don't know how you feel about the Pro Bowl. People have mixed reviews on the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, you got some cats that don't want to play. They say they hurt.
Right. No doubt. It is what it is. But at least you're good enough to get considered. Right. Is how I look at it.
And you get paid. So.
And you get some little cheese. No doubt.
No wrong with that. So that's my thing.
What else you got on the docket? What else we got?
Man, I think for me, my squad. So, you know, I done heard everything about Lamar can't throw. I've even seen other Raven fans. Oh, we should try to draft another quarterback. And
that's silly.
I'm like,
you just put a first round pick into him. You're not drafting him.
Man, I don't understand. I don't understand why Lamar getting a bad rep. He had a rough playoff game against San Diego. San Diego had a good game plan. They had I think they went.
They had 7 6 or 7 DBs at some point.
So, you know, they switched up something we ain't never seen before. He never seen it. But, you know, my GM go out. He cut my Pro Bowl safety. Keep in mind, everybody saying, oh, Eric Weddle's slow. He can't tackle. He can't coverage. The dude made 3 Pro Bowls the 3 years he been in Baltimore. So I'm like, okay.
He was productive enough.
He getting old, getting slow. What's funny, you got a lot of people say, oh, he can't cover. Well, just 2 years ago, he led the league in interceptions. Oh, they said, oh, well, what have you done for me lately? Well, last year we had #1 defense. So what? Okay, what you want him to do?
Right. Baltimore has to ask themselves, like, what's the priority? Number 1, okay, boom, you move Flacco, so you don't have to deal with that distraction no more.
Right.
Lamar is the quarterback. Y'all going all in with Lamar. Cool. Okay. Let me look at my offensive line. Ronnie Stanley, okay. Marshall Yonder.
Pro Bowler.
Getting older, but still. Orlando Brown, okay, you took him last year. Okay, got it. Tight end position, you're good there. I feel like the tight end position is fine. Running back, it was by committee. If I'm Baltimore in that first round, I'm probably looking real hard at that boy Josh Jacobs out of Alabama.
Yes, sir. Number 8.
I think he's the type of RPO, downhill, can also catch the ball out of the backfield. He's got enough. He hadn't been beat up because they rotate. They got that platoon system down there in Tuscaloosa. So from a draft perspective, I'm probably leaning Josh Jacobs. If Josh Jacobs is already gone, or if we can't trade back because somebody may feel like that's too high, when I look at this wide receiver room, I don't like the wide receiver room at all.
I don't either.
So you're thinking about a guy like Arizona State, N'Keal Harry. I don't trust the workout warrior. DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
I don't trust DK Metcalf. I've seen that before.
He out of Mississippi State.
Yeah, Ole Miss.
Oh, yeah.
A.J. Brown is a receiver that was productive, more of a slot guy. This receiver group, this is a tough year.
Right.
If you need a receiver. So I would probably wait. If I couldn't do nothing in free agency, I'm just trying to think of a guy who might be out there.
Well, they're looking at Golden Tate and Deshaun Jackson. So you gotta say, is that a good fit for Lamar?
If you asking me, yes, but with Lamar, I want to make sure that run game is right because I want to keep his pitch count down.
Yes, sir.
I don't want Lamar. Same thing I say about Cam. Cam is not the type of guy, and granted his body is different, but Cam is not going to throw you to a Super Bowl consistently. Cam has got to be dual threat, and he got to be able to run football.
Right.
Protect him, run the football, play defense.
Yes, sir.
Same formula. Ravens, that's your calling card. We're going to play this defense now.
All the time.
Now, this CJ...
If we don't sign... they better sign CJ.
I don't know what the hell that's about.
Man, I'm telling you, I got Raven fans talking about let CJ go, let Patrick and Kenny Young fight for the middle linebacker position. Let them do their thing. Let CJ walk, cut Jimmy Smith. I'm like, Suggs old. I'm
gotta
like,
bring back Suggs. He had 7 sacks.
I'm like, you gotta keep the continuity together. You gotta keep defense. And I never played in the league. You know what I'm saying? I played flag though. But anyway, defense about communication.
There you go.
And them boys,
effort.
That unit, they've been playing together for a while now. And then you break that up. It's like you can say next man up. Man, it take years to be on the same page. You know what I mean?
And when I look at leadership, if there's no Mosley, there's no Weddle, and there's no Suggs.
What?
You basically asking Brandon Carr and Jimmy Smith.
Who they talking about letting go?
Brandon Williams.
Yeah, D tackle though. You need a linebacker or
I mean, you
safety.
can be a leader as a D tackle because there are multiple leaders.
Yeah, I mean, you had one sap, but on the back end you had Lynch, Barber.
Like Aaron Donald is a leader. Fletcher Cox is a leader. You can have leaders, but you need them at other levels too. Baltimore got to get now. Granted, the defense played well to your point. I just need more. I need more pressure players.
Right.
I'm not seeing the guys that are going to go get to the quarterback with regularity that I'm accustomed to seeing out of Baltimore. Now, I do like Jadon.
Yeah, my boy Matt.
He played well.
Yeah, 99. Yeah,
I like Zadarius Smith.
He probably going to go get the check.
I ain't mad at him.
He going to get the check.
And see, that's been Baltimore's problem. I harken back to Pernell McPhee. They let guys go once guys are productive.
Because Pernell
balled for Baltimore.
Pernell, he was on the Super Bowl team. Pernell put pressure. Whole playoff, really the whole year. Then we let Pernell go. So you know what I mean? We traded my boy to the Eagles. What's my D tackle name? Damn.
Timmy Jernigan. My
boy Timmy. You know what I mean? We got boys to produce. We be letting them go.
They let them go, man. And look, now is Baltimore. My last thought on Baltimore is this. Now is your time. When I say now is your time, it's you're not paying Lamar anything. So you have to go get people in the building.
Man, you look, you're not paying Lamar anything.
Mm-hmm.
You go, your running back, we got a rookie running back. Mm-hmm. We got to fill that void. Keep the defense, keep the nucleus together. If you're going to cut Weddle, you can go in free agency, go get Landon Collins, Tyrann Mathieu, whatever you do. But you got to get pieces around Lamar now. And you got to keep that defense
intact. His development, because you don't want it to get stifled. You don't want Lamar to get bad habits and to get in the habit of trying to do too damn much.
Thank you.
Because now
can't outscore
now it becomes a crutch.
Right.
Okay? Lamar made improvement from his first year as a starter to his second at Louisville. He's shown he can do it in spurts. I love that, which I got Cam Cameron, right?
Yep. No. Yeah, we let Cam Cameron go. I think
Greg Roman, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Greg Roman, because what's the name? We let what's the name go?
Greg Roman has shown that
Martin
Morton
Yeah.
He can put a system in place.
Oh, yeah.
If it were me, I would take that money now that Flacco is off the books. You got to pay CJ if it's me. One of those, either Jimmy Smith or Brandon Carr, one of those got to go.
We just re-signed Brandon.
Oh, Jimmy got to go.
But Jimmy is the younger, and the more productive,
and the more expensive. One of them got to go. And
I don't understand it.
Here's my overall point would be more. Now is the time. The division, the Steelers are weak right now.
Got to step on their neck
and
while they
got to go before Cleveland catch up. Because Cleveland close.
Them boys they just traded for Olivier Vernon
from the Giants.
They trying to go get it.
They got their quarterback situation fixed. They got pass rushers. They got cover corners. They got linebackers. That old line they need to tweak a little bit. They can run the football.
They got number one receiver. They got Landry.
Listen, man, Cleveland, y'all got to go before Cleveland come on.
I'll be trying to tell them. Cleveland on our neck.
No doubt about it.
You know what I mean? So
close us out on this one. Give me the last one. What we got?
Last one. Experience during All-Star. What you think it did for the city? You know, what was your experience? And would you go to another city to experience it again?
Well, before the All-Star came here to Charlotte, I had been to All-Star in 4 other cities.
Okay.
Dallas, D.C., Houston, and Atlanta.
Before you keep going, I'll just tell you. Houston and Atlanta, I know it was crazy.
Best party I've been to in my life, NBA All-Star in Houston. This is 2007, maybe. Jamie Foxx and Grey Goose. Jamie Foxx had to blame it on the
Oh boy, just drop.
Best party, like celebrity party, I've ever been to in my life. I was literally arm over Sanaa Lathan and what's my other girl? Gabrielle Union. I had an arm over both of them, boss hogging it, feeling good. Jamie standing on top of tables, bottles popping.
Oh, man.
I was feeling amazing.
Living the life.
Bro, I was red carpet down. Boy, you couldn't tell me nothing.
At all.
So, listen, I knew it wasn't going to be that here. That's just not the DNA of Charlotte, unfortunately. Charlotte, the powers that be in Charlotte have decided that they don't want Charlotte to become anything remotely close to Atlanta.
No way.
This is a corporate community, family-oriented community, Bible Belt-based traditional community.
You just broke it down.
That's what
piece
Charlotte
by
is.
piece.
Now, it has grown, but they aren't going to let it turn up. And the feel I got from All-Star in Charlotte, unfortunately, it was tough on a couple fronts. 2 weeks prior, you just had the Super Bowl in Atlanta. So most of the people that have discretionary income pick between one or the other. Most people ain't doing both.
Hey, I'm one of them people. I kept telling myself.
I didn't go to Super Bowl in
I was
Atlanta.
like, am I going to go to the A? Because I was like, it's too close. It's too close to home.
It's too close not to go, right?
Or, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to calculate my bread and do my thing in the city. And then you got CIAA 2 weeks later. So
there you go.
You know what I'm saying?
So some people like, okay, then other part is, follow that, the year previous, All-Star game was in Los Angeles. With LeBron, with the Lakers, with Magic recruiting LeBron. So you know they was going to turn the city on its head
on fire
to try and get LeBron.
Upside down.
Now you was just in L.A. a year ago. You reminiscing about, man, I wonder this year. Then they come to Charlotte. It's like, my overall feeling is they made the city too exclusive. If you were an average working individual, male or female in the city, and you got a couple discretionary dollars, to get the Michael Jordan party, when they want $1,500, when local promoters, man, I passed by a sports bar, and I'm gonna let it remain nameless because I want them to live. They wanted $200 to come in the door to sit down, just on a bar seat, not a table, not a section, to sit down at the bar. $200.
Nah.
And when you make it to where the casual fan can't be a part of the experience, then what's the point? Because the individuals that you catering to, and I feel like that's what Charlotte did, Charlotte in conjunction with the NBA league office, they made it. I know for a fact, I went to the Ritz on Friday night, had a great time to cap off my night. That started my night. Saturday, and I could be getting my days mixed up, I went to the Ritz on Thursday, maybe even Friday. Saturday, Ritz said if you didn't have an NBA credential or if you didn't have a room there, you couldn't come in. And I was like, interesting. Word got back to me, the NBA league office was pissed because let's just say there were some activities taking place unbeknownst to the Ritz-Carlton management that made NBA personnel uncomfortable. So the NBA locked it down.
Oh, so that was an NBA thing.
NBA told the Ritz, if you want our business moving forward, lock it down. And they did.
Sheesh.
So that was my feeling. I know that was long-winded, and I apologize.
Nah.
I didn't think Charlotte represented ourselves to the fullest. I thought Charlotte could have done a better job. And I don't think the NBA will be coming back here. The All-Star won't be coming back here for quite some time.
And
what did you think?
It's funny you say that because I told everybody, I said, you better get out and do something now because it ain't coming back until we in our 70s and 80s.
or you got to get a mega star. Like, we got to get the next LeBron. Like,
right.
We got to have so many eyeballs on Charlotte that
we got to get back.
We got to get back just because of the team. Like, can you imagine? And I'm just, if the Golden State Warriors, if Steph, Draymond, Clay, Boogie, and KD all played for the Hornets, they would have no choice. The league would have to come here. So that's one of the type of scenarios.
Man, my take on it, I enjoy myself as far as like being out, seeing people out in the city.
Seeing some new faces.
Yeah, so going here, going there, and the Jordan mural and stuff like that, Jordan's off of Mint Street and stuff like that. But back to like you said, like the average fan, like I heard somebody say, it kind of bothered me. Heard a young dude say, I'm going to see if my mom take me to South Park Mall just so I can sit down and watch the celebrities walk by. And I'm like, that's this kid experience? He want to sit down at the mall?
That's powerful.
You know what I'm saying? So he can watch the, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, where the like the outside, maybe I wasn't in the right place, but like where the games or where the.
Now they did have stuff at the convention center to come down, but I mean, LeBron and them guys not going to that. I mean, let's be clear. NBA All-Star is supposed to be, there's an element of philanthropy. You give back to the community, and that's dope. There's a commercial side to it, a corporate side to it. State Farm bought out a restaurant State Farm Insurance bought out a restaurant in the Epicenter. Nike had a pop-up shop. They bought out a building. Right. So you're going to have those types of things. The spirits, the liquors and beer, they bought out, they did stuff. First Take was at Bank of America Stadium. Okay, cool.
Right.
But you're supposed to put it in situations where kids can get exposed to, how do I run into Jamie Foxx? You know, Michael B. Jordan, Rick Ross. How do I, where these people at?
Right.
I felt like Charlotte made it so
exclusive, like you said.
Like, it was so difficult. Now, I'm fortunate, you're fortunate, we know people, but if you didn't, if you from Greensboro or if you from York, South Carolina, you from Columbia.
Well, you go from York. Boy.
You don't know nobody, you just here. How are you supposed to move?
Yeah. You don't know if you're going left or right.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy that at all, man. But, brother, I'm a huge fan of what you're doing. I want to say that before we wrap.
Yes, sir.
Good people, make sure y'all keep listening to this man, support this man. If you ever need me, you know how to get in touch with your boy. I'm sure we'll revisit some of these conversations.
Oh yeah.
In the barbershop.
I gotta come back with some old Kobe hard facts, and then we'll.
Listen, at the end of the day, man, I know, and that's the beautiful thing about sport. You like who you like, and you don't have to justify it.
Right.
Now, as a pundit, as a media personality, at Stan Sportsman again, that's my job, to go dig it up and to go try and make it make sense. Because I think I'm doing the fans a disservice by being a fan.
Right.
That's what they do. I want to say y'all because I know what you trying to go.
Right.
That's what they do. I know you're a fan of your Lakers, but so anyway, man, I wish y'all the best, bro. I do. I pray for you. I appreciate you having me on.
I appreciate you coming through,
yes,
man.
I stay motivated.
Been a long time coming. Been a long time coming, man. So
I call you Ravens Terry. That's what you are on my phone.
For life. It'll never
Ravens
change.
Terry.
It'll never change. My boy Ed Reed going in next.
No doubt.
All right, man.
Appreciate
We're going
you,
to wrap this up, man, and we're going to talk some business.
There it is.
We out.
My dude.
Peace.
100.